Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I'm pretty excited. I get to say that we're finally doing another Flea Market Adventures episode. Now this is probably going to be a mini episode because this flea market is technically in the basement of a closed down computer store. An old computer store closed about 5 years ago. They didn't do anything with the building for a while, and now a small flea market has opened up in the basement. So I'm just waiting for my brother-in-law to come get me, and then hopefully we'll see some cool stuff. Here he is, the only friggin' Falcons fan in the world.
There's plenty out there. There's a lot.
No, there's not. Right? He's got it held up with a golf club. So we get to this quote-unquote flea market in a basement. So a lot of this stuff I recognized, and you may recognize from that small outdoor flea market by the gas station about 30 seconds away from this building. So like I mentioned, this is a former computer store. It just got hit by hard times. It closed down and haven't really done anything with the building for a while. So now everything is in the basement. The guy says that they're looking to expand, they're looking to do more consignments with people dropping off their stuff, and I think we may come back again one more time, maybe twice before the snow starts to melt. Like, he did have items here and he promised that, again, stuff would be coming through the door. And I apologize for this dark side that you see on the right. I guess I just had the brim of my hat curved too much because the camera lens in my spy camera glasses is actually on the right side, so that's that dark shadow that you see, and I think that goes throughout this whole video clip. I'm sorry, but it happens. So there's a lot of stuff in here, like you saw those old comic stuff from the 70s and 80s. This is a reproduction Kenner Star Trek figure. That's from the 2000s. That Wolverine you'll see a bunch of times in old Flea Market Adventure episodes. That's been on the table all year. Sun faded. They're still trying to get $22 out of it. I don't know why. If anyone knows, is it special, or is it just because it's Wolverine they think it's popular that they want that much money? So if you know, let me know down in the comments. Another one of these, I think 1.5-foot Star Wars figures. That one had a Kohl's sticker on it too, like the one that I found in the Walmart liquidation video. And we don't have a Kohl's anywhere close to where I live. I'm sure there's Kohl's in Canada, just not anywhere close to where I live. Bunch of VHSs, if there's any VHS buyers out there. This was a PC game for Donkey Kong, Peter Jackson's Donkey Kong. I don't have a VHS player right now, but I actually thought about this. This is the Eddie Murphy box set. You get Delirious, Raw, and I think the best of his SNL. A lot of these tin signs, they're becoming more popular. You see them like in a lot of man caves and living rooms and on people's doors. This is like retro graphics, vintage graphics. Like, it's supposed to look like circa 1950, 1960, but they're thermometers. Everything's brand new, but like they're meant to look like antiques. Seems to be like the new kitschy thing to do. I don't know what I'm filming there, guys. I think I was trying to look at the Christmas tree stands. This was pretty cool. The guy was actually working on puzzles when we walked in. He was putting the puzzles together. He was putting that puzzle glue on it. And then I think he was selling those for like $3 or $4 a pop. Mario Lemieux, there's a Carey Price there. You guys know Lemieux's my favorite player. Penguins, go Pens. Different, some things look like they're from liquidation stores. Definitely look like they come out of Giant Tiger and the dollar store. A lot of Marilyn Monroe stuff too. There was curtains there, clocks, shirts, little vanity mirrors. Then Wyman helps me out here. He spots all the video games. And these are, just what happened at the times. PS1 and Dreamcast games were burnt constantly. And, I had a modded little mini PS1 that played all the burnt ones. That's all burnt PS1 games. No real DVDs that I want to see in there. There's Frogger. See, like Spyro, even that, I'm like, you know, if they were like maybe $1, I might buy a burnt one. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments, guys. Have you ever burned any or played any burned games from that era? Again, Dreamcast, PS1. See, like, you can tell they're all photocopied. They're all burnt. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think you would need a modded PlayStation to play those. A bunch of PS3 games, a PlayStation 1, and an Xbox 360 to the side. I believe he said 30 and 50 for those. I was looking at these, I asked them how much per game, $2 per game, so $2 for a PS3 game. I'm going to pick these up. The discs look great, and I think they all had their booklets as well. And then on top of the 360, a regular original Xbox controller, the Duke, the big boy. Now I'm asking for a lot of help this week in the comments, I know, but does anyone remember Morph-O-Droids? I vaguely remember them. This was like 85, 86. I was like 4 or 5 years old when they came out, and they were like wannabe Transformers, even, you know, lower than the GoBots, at least the way I remember them. It was just an RC car that you pressed the button and it was like a fake hydraulic lift that would lift them up and they'd stand up and look like a robot. Morph-O-Droids. Let me know down in the comments if you ever had one. So this is about 15 minutes down the road, one town over in K.Standup. Forgive me for not putting the proper French connotations on it, but that's as best as we pronounce it. So this is in K.Standup. This is the Videotron. Videotron survived after the Blockbusters died off, and it's like a combination phone store, video game store, both new and retro, and of course a movie store. Now this is the place where, if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, I like to post these pictures because on all their new generation, this generation, whatever you want to call it, the PlayStation 4, Wii U, and of course Xbox One, I always find 2 for 22, 2 for 15, and occasionally, the 3 for 15 deals on these. So this is how I have a sizable collection for all 3 of the new generation systems. And again, you can see the brim of my hat is a little bent, so I'm covering up a part of the camera. But I'm just panning through, just trying to give you like a good sense of what they have here. So it's basically like an EB's with retro stuff in it, and you know, kind of like what EB's or GameStop wants to be again. I've already seen pictures of people's GameStops in the States that they're already bringing back their retro again. I've seen Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and N64 games on the shelves. But you know, this is the Videotron that we like to go to. Pretty decently priced. PS3, 360, Xbox One, like I said, Wii U, PS4 games. Again, there you see 2 for 15, there's 2 for 22 deals, and these can be mixed and matched, so it doesn't have to be just for one system. So I really like this promotion, and it's been running for like the last 4 or 5 years. I'm guessing that, spoiler alert, that this is how this Videotron stays in business. There's my 2 for 15 deal on the side. And of course, I just finished talking about how they have good retro stuff here and they have fair deals. And today in their glass display case, nothing too much. It's like between 15 and 20 bucks for GameCube and N64 controllers, decent colors. You have some Legend of Zelda 3DSs in there. They usually sell Amiibos, Infinities. Back there for under $200, you have the Guardian Collector's Edition. You got Wyman buying stuff already. They usually have Nintendo and Super Nintendo games in the glass cases. Again, nothing today, but they do have inventory constantly coming in, so that's why I really come to this place often. And over here, I just found all those books at the dollar store, but very competitive prices. Look, down to $5 on most of their strat guides. So I will definitely pick up at least one, and you'll probably see it at the end.
This out, $20. Videotron. Awesome.
Halo 5, then you can even put that together too with some weird little, the new monsters that you fight. One of those die-cast steel cutouts. $20. I know, Chris, the PS3s and then the sale on the Xbox Ones. What?
So as soon as I walked in, I saw that there was only 2 workers, there was no music playing, there was barely any TVs on, some were already taken off the walls, and 3 for $15 signs for the Blu-rays. So you know what that means, this Videotron is closing down, and I really like this one. This one always had great retro stuff here, for years too. I had to leave this part in when I was looking at the bare shelves. The music did actually come on, and it's very depressing.
What's going on? You guys are closing? Yep. All the good Videotrons are closing. Yeah? The one in LaSalle too last year, that one closed. That one was fucking good too.
Mostly the ones without the cell phone.
Oh, nah.
I got children watching. I gotta put the Hadoukens in there for the profanity, but yeah, that's what he was saying. Any Videotron that's not attached to a Fido or a Bell, which are 2 of the biggest phone companies in Canada, cell phone, mobile telephone companies in Canada, that the Videotrons are just dropping. Like you heard me mention that the LaSalle one closed. That one was awesome for retro. This one was really good for retro, and it's closing down. This obviously is never going to be at the height of its glory anymore, but this glass case was filled with great stuff. Like, I miss seeing the days when this was full of boxed N64 stuff. Just a few Genesis and Nintendo carts, some GameCube stuff. Stuff on the back wall is probably getting priced. I think it was $20 with those Donkey Kong Congo bongos, whatever they're called, Jungo bongos. Everything was going to be reduced. And anything that was old was 20% off as it was. New stuff was buy 2, get the 3rd one free, so you could really work some deals there. You see the Guitar Heroes are already down to like $59, $39. All the good, like this is the place where I used to buy controllers and whatnot. All of those are gone. The PS3 and 360 stuff is like $2.99 each. You can see there too, like there are 2 for 15 deals there too, 2 for 22, a lot of stuff. This is 20% off the sticker price for something brand new. A lot of the newer titles, I guess, I'm going to come back definitely to see when these drop, but you can see already like Doom right now is 50, down to 30. Far Cry, the Dragon Ball, sorry I'm stumbling over my words right here now, but there's a lot of the newer ones are on sale. You can get like all the Call of Duties, the football, even the new Batman, the Telltale game that just came out, which is excellent. Highly recommend it. I think it's on sale for like $30 and now it's already down to $15. So I'm definitely going to come back. You can see signs taken off the wall already too. That's actually what I want to do. I want to go back and get some Xbox One or PS4 signs, and I do want to see if I can get a hold of their Amiibo stand or their PS3 standy right there. You know, there's nothing much to it, but I want to at least put a television and a system on it for like a quote-unquote cheap arcade cabinet. And then over here they have PSP stuff out. That's like 2 for 15 right now. Still a little pricey for PSP, in my opinion. but I'll wait. They said there's 2 more weeks left, so I'm definitely going to come back and see what I can scrounge up.
Huh? It's the shit.
Hey guys, so we're back in the game room now, and I'll just quickly go through all the stuff that I picked up again. But, you know, it's kind of sad that Videotron is closing. This is the second Videotron in the chain that's closed fairly close to my house in the last year. And both of these Videotrons, like, really did well with their retro games. This was a place that you could still find good older stuff for reasonable prices. And, you know, I'm kind of bummed out that this place is closing because it was one of my go-to stops, especially in the winter when there wasn't much else to go look for. So we'll go through everything that I picked up. We'll start with that little flea market in the basement that we checked out, and the guy was pretty cool. He said come back in about 2 weeks, he's going to bring in more stuff, and he's going to try and have more video games for me, so that was pretty good. So again, for $2 each, I picked up a bunch of PS3 games, and like I had mentioned in earlier videos, now's the time to build up your PlayStation 3 and your Xbox 360 collection, because it seems like these are the not shelf filler games, but these people are just getting rid of because they have their PlayStation 4 now, they have their Xbox One, and I'm hoping that we're going to start to see some more Wii and Wii U games more readily available. I know some people go through Wii games all the time when they go out on their hunting adventures, but for me, they're just not out there that much. So I picked up Metal Gear Solid 4, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, and look at that old EB sticker on it, $25. Somebody paid $25 for this at one time. I'm only paying $2. LA Noire, I do want to go back through this. I had a lot of fun with it back on the 360. I'll play through it again on the PS3. The Bigs 2, it's always great to have a couple of baseball games, some sport games when the guys come over for a few drinks. Had a lot of fun with the first one, the second one should be just as good. And Prototype 2, same story. I played the first one, I enjoyed it, I never got around to the second one. So this will probably get played sometime in, hopefully March break, because whenever you're watching this, it's been filmed. I think we're in the second week of February now. And the last thing, for $5, I misquoted the year on it. This is actually from 1998, Star Wars Episode 1, an electronic Comtech reader. You need to find the figures to actually use this, but it kind of reminds me of the old Titantrons for the WWF, WWE toys, where you'd scan it with a magnet and it would have a pre-recorded description or musical track. So I'm guessing this is something like that. And you know, it's still in the box for $5. It's almost 20 years old. You know, I'm gonna hang on to this. I like Star Wars. 2 for $15. I picked up 2 Battleborns. I gave one to Wyman so we can both play. This is the one that lost out to Overwatch. Kind of like the same thing. It's like online battle arena, and you have a bunch of different characters. I'm guessing that you can upgrade. I honestly don't know a lot about this game. Everything you hear is about Overwatch, and you know, we'll give this one a try. And it was pretty cheap, so that's the way we're gonna go. At that same Videotron, I picked up a $5 copy of the Order 1886. This is Brady Games' signature series guide. It's a strategy guide. I do want to go back through this game because I had a lot of fun with it despite how short it was. This is a game that I'd love to see a sequel to because there was a really good storyline, and if you haven't played it, I won't spoil it for you, but the main protagonist kind of, you know, got screwed over at the end, so I'm hoping that they continue his story. And then to close out the pickups, again, that Videotron is closing. I may try and go back in 2 weeks right before they close and see what other kind of deals they have. They actually had an Amiibo kiosk, and they have a PlayStation 4 kiosk. So as long as those don't get transferred to a Videotron that's still open, I may try and make a play on them, see what they want for them, because if they're tossing it out or, you know, they're getting destroyed, I'd like to have them. So fingers crossed, we'll see what happens there. So here you see the sticker, $80, that's what we spend usually in Canada for new games, but again, like you saw from the video, this was on sale, so I picked this up for $30. I've been waiting to play Doom for a while. And then 3 for $15 on the Blu-rays. I picked up the Boss starring Melissa McCarthy. I'm not the world's biggest Melissa McCarthy fan, but Heat was funny, Bridesmaids was funny. I didn't care for Ghostbusters, you know, like, if you did, great, but I just didn't like it. But I saw a little bit of this on cable a few weeks ago, and I thought it was funny, so I'm going to give this a try. The Orphan, pretty weird ending. If you haven't seen it, again, no spoilers, but this is definitely something you should check out. And it's a blind buy. The Other Side of the Door. This is by the director of the new The Hills Have Eyes. it says it's a solid ghost story. That's like its tagline on the back, and you can see the ghost or demonic person in the back. Again, I know nothing about it, but I do love my campy B horror movies, so we're gonna definitely give this a try. So that's everything I picked up. I hope I have enough film for this to actually be a worthwhile mini episode of Flea Market Adventures. That's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment and like this video if you actually liked it. If not, then just click on something else, I guess. Until next time, guys, I'm out of here. Take care. To show this to you guys, only the people on Instagram and my Facebook page actually saw it. Shameless plug if you want to go check me out on there. Just search Loch Ness Monster. It was a $5 caddy corner shelf, and it fits perfectly in the corner of my living room. So I just put all of my Halo figures and collectibles on it, and I like it. It's pretty nice.